and we get to name the character, although he's already been named several times. This is Chester Barklight, but we're gonna go with, Chester for most of the game. Yes, this is okay. And we're in the Village of Totus. And Chester's just, inside us. It's an old RPG. That tends to happen a lot. He either follows directly behind us, or he somehow merges into our body. This game, they merge into your body. It's time to take a look at the menu. This is my first time actually controlling the character, so let's see what we have here. We have Cless and Chester. They're both level 1. As you can see, they have HP and something called TP. And they tell me how much experience it's going to take to get to the next level. As the characters slowly turn, I only need 10 experience to get to the next level. That's not too bad. I also have gold at the bottom. It's 100 gold. I also have 9 minutes of playtime. And I have 0 encounters so far. I have arts. Let's just call it arts. Let's look at Cless's arts. As you can see, he doesn't have much. But if you look at the top right there, I thought if I hit the X button, it would go that way. We have 3 options. We can play auto, semi-auto, or manual. We'll get into that when we actually get into a fight, but your main character is going to default into semi-auto, which makes it sound like there's still going to be some work you need to do. Hold on. Not a good sign that I'm already getting problems. We'll see if I can't find a permanent fix for that later, but I do know several fixes to get that done. I've had that happen to me before. Alright, so we have arts on Cless, but we don't seem to have anything there. As you can see, I can't really assign anything. What does it say, though? Assign arts to the desired D-pad inputs. Use in conjunction with the art button to execute them in battle. Clear with the triangle button. The art button in the battle is defaulted to cross, the X at the bottom, which is normally set to cancel. So there you go. We can look at the arts on Chester, but as you can see, we can't even assign anything to him. If memory serves me correctly, that doesn't change. Customize the arts you would like your ally to use by moving the cursor to an art and pressing the square button. Light equals allowed, dark is restricted. And as you can see on the top right, Chester is set to auto. Chester will function all by himself inside of a battle. I don't think I can change that, well, without certain things that happen later. So with the support characters, just assume that they're going to be on auto, just naturally. We can take a look at everybody's equipment. Cless does have a longsword, leather armor, and a technical ring. That sounds important. We do have the longsword. A basic sword is forged from 3 feet of iron. That is not as long as I would think, to be honest. 3 feet, you know what, that goes up to about the waist, hips, somewhere around there. It's about half the body size. Then we have leather armor, a coat of armor made from leather. And then we have a technical ring, a ring that enables the manual control option. I didn't know they started me with that. Then I should be able to set that. But they're not letting me deal with that yet. Alright, well, maybe later. There's a part of me that always wants the confirm button to be on cross, but it doesn't work that way. Chester has the self-short bow, a bow constructed from a single piece of wood, and leather armor, which we have seen before. I do love that they have the optimum button here. You can just hit the button and he'll be optimized. But of course I don't have any other equipment, so they're pretty much set as they can be. In terms of items, I have these apple gels that my mom gave me. Apple gels, a bite-sized gummy medicine with a sweet apple flavor, restores 30% of max HP. And that's something that I do like about this game, is that the healing items are always going to be useful because they're a flat percentage instead of a flat number. If it's a flat number, healing 50 HP doesn't matter all that much when I have 10,000. But 30% is always going to be useful. So that is nice. And you can see the word gummy in there, so they function the same way. They're your potions of the game. Then we have strategies. We do have several different strategies available to all of our characters. As you can see, we have go all out, use arts regardless of available TP or strength of enemy. So arts are going to use those TP. They kind of let me know right here. Then we have conserve arts. Conserve TP by only using arts to wear down enemies with high HP. So... Wait, what? I don't think that's phrased properly. Basically, you're going to use basic attacks and you're not going to use the arts that consume your TP. Am I mistaken here? I might be mistaken. It's been a while since I've played this game, but I don't think that's phrased properly, because use arts regardless of available TP or strength of enemy, and then conserve arts. And then this one says by only using arts. We'll get into it more detailed later, but basically this is to save your TP. So if you think that the enemies are going to be relatively easy, then this is the strategy that you want. We have keep watch, hold position, and only attack if an enemy begins approaching. Then we have don't use arts, save TP by restricting all art usage, stick exclusively to regular attacks. So conserve arts. Oh, I see what they're going for here. So only use arts against enemies with higher HP, with a lot of HP. Don't use it on enemies that don't have that. So then we have don't use arts at all, save TP by restricting all art usages, stick exclusively to regular attacks. And then we have defend, concentrate on defense, no arts or regular attacks will be used. All right, Chester has the same options, but go all out is fine for now. We don't have arts right now. Anyway, we have formation, we have Cless out front, and Chester on, well, just holding the back. Which is fine. That's the way that we want it to go. We'll go into this more later, but basically on the right is the front most of the time. There will be exceptions to that, but for the most part, that is the case. In terms of titles, we have an apprentice swordsman for Cless, and we have a hunter for Chester. For cooking, I can make a hamburger, but I'm going to need bread, and I'm going to need some form of meat, chicken, beef, or pork. Hamburger is grilled meat patty sandwiched between two bun halves. Restores a small amount of HP, in case you've never been to, like, America. That's what a hamburger is. A rice ball, there we go. That requires rice and seaweed. A ball of rice lovingly wrapped in seaweed restores a small amount of HP, and it cures poison. So, I would say the rice ball is better. So, there we go. That's the cooking that I can do. As you can see, there will be 25 things. We'll get more into it later, but basically, here are items that I can cook that become healing items. That works out pretty nicely for me. Status, no surprises here. We get to see all their good stats. We get to see the amount of experience, how much they get next. We get to see their strength, constitution, agility, luck, their slash, their thrust, their defense, their accuracy, and their evasion. Chester, oh no, he's younger than I imagined. He does have less strength, right? He does have 1 more point in constitution, 1 less point in strength. His agility is 1 point higher. His luck is standard at 50. His attack, he doesn't have slash or thrust. He just has attack. That's higher than Cless. We do have a little bit more defense as well. Accuracy is up, which is kind of surprising considering he is an archer. But there you go. He needs to be accurate, so he is. And his evasion is 1 point higher as well. Customize is the same menu. I can actually change the... change all the options, including the difficulty, kind of whenever I want. Well, not whenever, but there's many points in the game when I can do it, like right now, for instance. Let's head back into Cless's house. There you go, Cless's house. And let's talk to people here. This is the receptionist. Ah, Cless, where might you be off to? Just for a hunt in the woods? I'm gonna bag a big one. Stay safe out there. I will guarantee nothing. And here we have a swordsman. An adept swordsman doesn't just rush his enemy. He must also maintain his composure and mind the basics of defense. In battle, circle is your attack button, and square is your defend button. If that doesn't fit your playstyle, you can change the battle controls in the customized menu. I'm going to stick with it as default. I just kind of want to learn how to do it that way. Can I do anything with these? No. I've become an apprentice of Master Alvin at last. I'll soon become a master under his guidance. You mean like me? Oh, you must be Cless, Master Alvin's son. It'd be my honor to spar with you, but it's almost time for my training, perhaps on another occasion. Maybe I can teach you something in the meantime. Do you know how formation arrangement works? I do, but I'm gonna say no, please tell me about it. Anyway, option number 2, please. It's the placement of your troops during battle. Since you're a swordsman, Cless, you should fight on the front line. Since Chester is an archer, you should have him back you up from behind. You can modify your formation in the formation menu. Normally the front line is toward the right, but if you're attacked from behind, the opposite becomes true. Watch out. Now there's a way to change that, though. I don't think she has anything more to say. Let's head upstairs. There's a lot going on up here. They have bathrooms. Not too many games have bathrooms. And this is a fully functional, like, 20th century bathroom with an indoor toilet and everything. That's nice. Feels fancy that way. Shh, quiet, Cless. Your mother is sleeping. I'm gonna go yell at her a bit. This is Cless's room. History of the Alvin style. He's got a book out. It doesn't tell me anything about the history of the Alvin style, but there's a book about it, so it's got to be good. Rest. We don't need to right now. We haven't done anything that requires it, but we can rest at any time. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. I do love how the doors close behind me. That's always nice. How you doing, Mom? Sound asleep. All right. Could you move? Thank you. One of the problems in this game, like a lot of the older titles, is that I can't go through NPCs when they're in my way. Anything going on back here? I didn't think so. All right. Anything in the fireplace? They put a lot of detail in this game. I do love that. They actually make these houses and stuff like that feel lived in, like people could actually live there. Yeah, we do have a class going here. Let's talk to the master. Have you been training diligently? If you have, you'll one day surpass your father as a swordsman. You see, he's pretty terrible. He's one of my worst students ever. I'm surprised you haven't surpassed him already. It's kind of weird that he says that, right? Well, you'll one day surpass your father as a swordsman. Dad, I'm going out to hunt with Chester. Hunting, is it? That's fine. Remember your training and stay alert. Come back by sunset. We still need to talk about your pendant. Yeah, we can't talk about it yet. Not with Chester around. With everybody else, though, it's fine. How you doing? Cless, stay out of the way. They could, you know, not swing at me. That's an option, too. Ha! Anything? Ha! They're so easy to go around, too. Yeah! Yeah! Ow! Stop hitting me! Stop it! For the record, this does not get rid of any HP or anything like that. I've got the munchies! Why? Why do you have the munchies? Come on. There we go. Do we have to keep doing this? Yes, yes, you do. Can I? No. I can't seem to use the stick, the joystick for this. Oh well, I like using that better. All right, back into the Village of Totus. Now our first stop is actually going to be back at Chester's house. This is a completely missable item. You're going to want to come back and get this. This is Chester's house. Once again, fully functioning toilet. He's got 2 bathrooms. He's got the bathroom over here with just the tub, and then he's got the toilet and sink over here. I don't know. Seems a little weird. Never seen a design like that before.